It's neat because when Mike and I are talking, we totally came into this with a different mindset. Mike was super excited about the whole cloud-based and the opportunity, and I come in here as just this customer and this exhausted mama, and I had no idea that it was going to lead to all of this. But what I knew is that I was passionate. I was passionate about what the product was doing for me. I was passionate about what it could do for other people. I was calling my girlfriends and sharing my excitement. But day one, Tony, I don't know where Tony is, but it was, her phone was ringing like crazy. I mean, I would literally send her a text, hey, I'm in between patients. I'm going to try to get this girl on the phone. Are you going to be available at this time? And it was boom, get them on the phone with Tony, get them on the phone with Tony. I think the first 30, 60 days, her phone was probably all devoted to Mauria because I just kept her so busy. But I knew it's kind of like what Paul was saying. Yes, I'm a mom of 4. Yes, my friends kind of take me as, oh, she can do whatever. She's a superstar, whatever. But they didn't know Tony. And so I needed to get them on the phone with Tony. Tony had been with the company since the beginning, and it was amazing for us to do that. They trusted me, but they would listen to her and be more open.
Got it. So when a new person comes to you and they say, Maury, I'm ready to get going, just got my promoter pack last night, what do I do? What is your messaging to kind of get them out of the gate?
Right. Well, the first thing is you just got to start sharing. Make your list. And I love how Susan Miller talks about, really breaking it down, because it can be overwhelming when you first come in. You don't have to think of 100 people that you're reaching out to immediately. You need to break that down. Who do you know that has a hard time sleeping? Who do you know that has discomfort somewhere in their body, and who needs extra energy? And so making that list and starting to go through, but you can't just rely, I tell people over and over, you can't just rely on a Facebook message or a text message. You've got to pick up the phone.
Let me ask you a question. When you said a minute ago, who do you know has a hard time sleeping at night? Who do you know that's walking around exhausted? Who do you know that has discomfort? Are you teaching your team to ask people that question, or did you start reaching out? So you're talking to a girlfriend. Did you start asking her that question to make her start thinking of her list?
So I've heard you say that 17 million times, and I'll be honest, we listen to that guy. But for the longest time, people would ask me what Thrive is, and honestly, I would kind of give them my condensed short story, and really just over the last couple of months, I even broke that down further, and people say, what in the world is this Thrive stuff? I'm like, guys, people love this, that need more energy, they have a hard time sleeping, they have discomfort somewhere in your body. We were at the state high school coaches association with my sister-in-law and my husband's cousin's wife, who's a promoter, and we had all these people walking by, and when you say that to someone, you say, they're like, what is this? It's a nutraceutical supplement. People love this. They have a hard time sleeping. They have discomfort somewhere in their body, and they need more energy. They look at me and they go, you just said everything I need. And I'm like, I know. So, and I have to say one thing about this. Talk about third-party or just needing to hear third-party. We had so many people that came by that booth that had been introduced to Le-Vel from their friends back home, and we are total strangers to them, but I have gotten people to respond back to me and say, hey, they came back and ordered. It's like they had to hear it from someone else. Do not expect your friends just to take your word for it. You have to use something else, which is the system, the 24-hour recorded call, the Le-Vel fan page, putting them on the phone with someone else. You have to have that third party to just seal the deal for you.
You say that all over again. Just that piece right there, the tools, the video.
The tools, the video, yes, the 24-hour recorded call. If you don't have that saved in your phone right now, do it right now. 530-881-1499, 137-907-POUND. Have that saved so you can send that.
Hey, you don't know that.
You should. You should know it. And utilizing the fan page, the three-way calls. I mean, we have amazing tools, and every single one of us have the exact same thing that every single one of you do. Mike and I started in the exact same spot. Actually, Mike started when they didn't have a whole lot. And I came in, and it was totally based on passion and using what I had. This business has set you up for success. You have what you need. You just got to use it and be consistent. I love the phrase. You can do this part-time. It can be a full-time job. You can't do it just sometime and expect to get anywhere.
let me say something real quick. Susan, would the car dealership use you for a commercial if you weren't loaded with positive energy? No way. Listen, you all. People don't buy from a negative, dull, disillusioned crybaby. Right? So, you know, if you're going up to somebody going, I want you to try this and tell me what you think. Write this word down, very important, D-U-M-B. No, I'm kidding. Hey, two options. So let me go back and stay here real quick.